It was an honor and a pleasure to nominate Tonya for the American Literacy Corporation's Outstanding Contribution to Literacy Award. But it is a bigger honor and a greater pleasure to have the opportunity to speak about her here today. Tonya is the kind of teacher that every teacher wants on his or her grade level team, the kind every principal wants on their staff and every district wants as a teacher. On behalf of the Manteca Unified School District and the staff and administration of French Camp School, I want to congratulate Tonya. She represents the best of us. She has been teaching primary grades for over 20 years, and I think I've known her for most of those 20 years. When you walk into her classroom, there's the hum of learning. It's quiet and orderly, but not too quiet and not too orderly. It's a fine line. Tonya's current students, most of whom enter school not speaking English, fill their papers with writing. Most recently, I noticed her students were right on track with the new Common Core state standards for writing. Who knew first graders could write opinion essays? With Tonya's guidance, they can. There are books everywhere in her classroom, books that she reads to them to entice them into the world of literacy, books that her students learn to read independently, and books full of wonderful pictures to browse. It is clear that every day in her classroom, it centers around literacy. Recently, one of her team members shared with me that Tonya had inspired her first grade team to organize a whole day of learning for Halloween, not what Halloween is generally focused around. One of the highlights for each child was writing descriptive words right on to what they were describing, their very own pumpkin. And then, of course, those pumpkins served as little glossaries for a writing project. Pure joy for the kids, lots of learning. Tonya goes above and beyond every year for every child lucky enough to be in her classroom. All of us who have been in education for a while have heard and believed the saying, great teachers are made by the teacher next door. Sometimes that is literally true. Teachers at 3 of the schools in our district could stand here today and share stories and examples of the way they became better teachers because Tonya was their teacher next door. But because Tonya is a person who says yes when asked and raises her hand when opportunities arise, hundreds of teachers have had an opportunity to learn from her and with her. I'm going to share just a few of the ways that she has helped teachers to make their literacy instruction more effective. She allowed her classroom to be an observation classroom. Teachers and administrators came, watched, learned, and went back to their own classrooms and sites with a vision of what strong literacy instruction looks like. There is nothing like seeing a master teacher in action to inspire others. When our district's balanced literacy curriculum was implemented, Tonya was a part of our teacher trainers team. With Tonya helping, facilitated and planned in-services and workshops, and even produced, long ago, instructional videos for our district staff. When the opportunity came along to be trained as a reading recovery teacher and work one-to-one with first graders in need of intervention, Tonya stepped up to the plate. She worked with those hardest to learn students for 8 years, and what she learned from those experiences informs her instruction for many at-risk students who enter her classroom at French Camp School now. Tonya understands how challenging it is to be a new teacher. Previously as a mentor teacher and now as a BITSA support provider, Tonya works one-to-one with teachers as they navigate their first few years in the classroom. I recently had the opportunity to have her visit my classroom along with her current BITSA partner, and it was clear to me that the new teacher was very appreciative and grateful for the support and help she's getting for Tonya. And this year, Tonya has a pivotal role to play in supporting one very special teacher. Her husband, John, recently became a first grade teacher, and I'm sure he would say he couldn't do it without Tonya. I can't close without sharing with you that Tonya has done all of this while juggling the many, many demands of being a devoted mom to 4 children. Taylor, Evan, Ashton, and Peyton, who range from high school to kindergarten in age. This is not a complete list of everything Tonya has done to deserve this award, but I think you can tell that our schools would all be better off if there were more Tonyas.
Get myself together. The whole process has really been very emotional for me. Sometimes you just do what you do, and I knew from the time I was a little girl that I was happiest being a teacher. And and you just do what you do, and it's always just come out of me very naturally. And I truly have been inspired by wonderful teachers around me. Cathy, my mom was a teacher. I was in her room constantly, so I just had this deep-seated passion for it, and I never think I'm good enough. I know I do a lot of good things, but I just am one of those, like many of you here, that just wants to continue to learn and push forward and try new things, and is this right? And so I think that kind of drives maybe my history. Hearing it all just sounds kind of wild, but anyway, first of all, I just want to thank American Literacy Corporation for this opportunity, truly. Teaching is just my passion, and makes me get up every morning and do what I do, juggling everything that I do. I want to thank my husband, John, for just allowing me to put the time and the energy and everything that I like to do, the extra time. He is supportive, so thank you very much, and I love you very much. And I am so excited after, 20 years or so that he left the business field, and I've been working on him all along and always dragged him in my classroom. That I love that he has this opportunity to go a different direction in his career. And of course, I want to thank my mentor, Cathy Meyer, and my friend. 20 years I have been following her, been guided by Cathy, taught alongside Cathy, have learned so much from Cathy. I don't want Cathy to retire. I don't know what I'm going to do without that sounding board.
Last year, 35.
She's the best teacher that is out there, in my view. She is smart. She's devoted. She's dedicated all of her time and all her energy to this profession, and not only to service children, but also to reach out to teachers. And I just want to be just like her. So she won, so now, next, what are we doing next? She is truly my hero in this profession, and I owe so much of it to you. Thank you for your friendship.
You are that hero for all the people who follow you, as are all of you.
Yes, so just making a dream come true, and doing one of those things I thought about, becoming a teacher who makes a difference. So thank you very much, and thank you to American Literacy Corp for this opportunity.